I'm just I'm just making sure it's going up. It's first time using this. Okay, can we? All right, we're live.
Hi, everybody.
Hold on. We're going live. I shouldn't have jumped right into it. Waiting for YouTube. Oh my god, I hate this thing so much.
You hate everything.
I do. These things don't interface with each other as conveniently as you would like them to. So the link that I shared before might not be the actual link because they just butt heads when you try to get them to do anything, and then YouTube doesn't want to open any new pages.
Let me see if I can see. Still working out the kinks.
Yeah, we're here. I'm gonna send you the new link.
So back out.
No, stay where you're at. Come back. Why did you leave? Oh my god. I can't. Hi, everybody. Technical difficulties because everything's awesome. Okay. Oh, God. One minute. Everything is awesome. Everything is cool. Yeah, you shouldn't have left, buddy. Now I look like a fool. Yeah, this doesn't this doesn't end. It's the YouTube link that I just need to update. So I sent you that new one because everything is just so convenient. But like I said before, what? No, I had to create a new link. It's really stupid, and also being that I'm broadcasting from the website, I can't go back and forth to message you about it. So like everything is really convenient. Copy. Yeah, sorry about that. So dumb. That's a thing I need to figure out. But otherwise, yeah, we're live. We're live. Yep. I'm Matt from Shadow Moses 112. We saying 112 or 112? I'm Matt from Shadow Moses 112. I'm one of the designers of our products. I'm the supposed coordinator of our video interface and all that. And if we make a Twitter, I'll probably oversee that. But I got to see what's going on with that, and I'm not calling it X. I don't know who they got.
I had started Shadow Moses as a music group several years ago.
Oh, we're going into that history?
I guess. Why not, right?
Sure.
That didn't work out, so I liked the logo that we created, and was moving after having kids, moving forward with the 3D printing stuff, and then started selling the little arcades, and decided to keep the name Shadow Moses. So I am the creator and the person that runs the Instagram, that takes care of most of the shipping, person that you communicate whenever you're having problems or having inquiries. I'm that guy that you talk to. So here we are.
Shouldn't say we created the logo, though.
We did.
We did?
Yeah.
Okay.
I actually hired somebody to create the logo.
That's what I'm saying. Give them credit.
Wait.
Also, mute your YouTube.
My YouTube's not on right now. But check this out. So I hired somebody to do it, and he was sending me ideas left and right about what the logo should be, and I hated just about everything he sent, and so I designed this logo, and I sent it to him to clean it up, and this is what we got.
You never told me that.
Yeah, 100%
That's awesome.
true.
That's funny.
100% true. Yeah.
So you are the father of Shadow Moses.
I am.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy because like I've only known you for I've known you for 13 years now. No, not that long. Maybe 11 or 12. But I met you and the rest of them through that Craigslist ad.
Don't talk to strangers.
Yeah.
Because they don't leave.
Yeah, apparently. Yeah, you sign up to be like, yeah, I'll be a vocalist in your band, and then 13 years later, you're like, have you finished modeling that thing yet? Are you done? I need that.
What's going on? What's taking you so long?
What are you doing? It's not rendering correctly, and when
Make the big hole bigger.
when I slice it, it's not doing it.
Yeah.
So yeah,
that's our life right now.
Yeah. Yep. Trying to balance all that. But
so what are we talking about today? What are we doing?
So there were a few little things that happened this past week. One, RumbleCon 2023, and then PulseCon, Hasbro PulseCon. I don't know what they're actually calling it, but that also happened this week. So we got some stuff that was announced, and all sorts of lines. I know that there were some other third-party figures that I'm not going to really go into, although I will say that the Justice League Batman from Mafex is up on Big Bad Toy Store, so I pre-ordered that because I didn't see it on Ami, and I kind of want to have all of those if I can get them in the same line. Both of us got our Void Cadet Gomez strike suits, and they're awesome.
What? I don't know what you're talking about. No idea.
Oh, I didn't see that at the bottom. I have this little toolbar, and I'm like, what's he talking about? You have Gomez right there?
Yeah. I brought Big Boy with me, too. He's up there. He's hanging out.
Yeah, mine's over on my table. But, yeah, he's a beast. And I actually just got my snow job today. Yeah. Dude, like we talked about in the first episode, the G.I. Joe line is just so good. And a few weeks ago, I was like, why am I collecting these? I'm not big into G.I. Joes. And then I was opening them. I'm like, this is why I'm collecting them. It's like, they're so cool.
I was just talking about that with my wife the other day, and she has no interest in any of this crap whatsoever.
Yeah.
So, I'm having a conversation with myself, and she's just kind of nodding,
That's great. That's great, Pete.
And I was looking at Tripwire, and I'm looking at it. I'm like, yo, this guy's a bomb sniffer, I guess, of sorts. And I was like, this would be great for a Batman seeing Commissioner Gordon kind of standing back, somebody tied to a chair with bombs on his chest, and this guy's trying to defuse the bomb. G.I. Joe makes a good base figure to use in any scene, because after that I was talking about how Scuba's a good fit.
Yeah.
And now that we got the Hasbro boat, we could put the Scuba guy on there as well.
I was actually going to talk about that a bit because new pre-orders came out with PulseCon going on. So on Big Bad Toy Store we have some non-exclusives like Buzzer, Shockwave, Helix, General Hawk, Ripper, and then we have a Duke and a Ram. A different paint scheme of that, but it's still the same one, so I won't need it.
Okay.
But like figures like Shockwave, I feel are an awesome potential army builder. Let me pull that up.
I'm going to be honest with you. I haven't had a good look at the PulseCon too much, so it will be a genuine reaction when you share the screen, and I'll be able to see it.
Yeah, is there a way to share a window with this, or is it the whole screen? Oh, there is. Window, yes, awesome. So here we have Shockwave.
Okay.
Like I think he's pretty cool as like a potential Riot Squad type of army builder. I mean, there's nothing. G.I. Joe always throws me off a little bit because I don't know if a figure is intended to be like an individual character or if it's like this is this guy. His name is Shockwave. I mean, they're usually given a name unless it's something like Python Patrol Officer or something like that. But typically they're not. There are a lot of them that are indiscernible as if they were intended to be part of a unit or if they're all the same or they're just individual characters. So I think this guy looks pretty cool. He looks like a decent army builder type of figure.
I'm getting strong like foreign military SAS vibes a little bit.
Yeah, especially with the square shield really stands out to me for that. That whole his whole out. Let me get like with the baton. His whole look definitely gives me like an overseas kind of impression. I mean, yeah. So this is a guy. I mean, obviously you can do whatever you want when you get the figure, but like it's intended as a guy, and he's Detroit Police Department SWAT team. So he has. I want to say he has an overseas kind of like a European kind of appearance, but he's supposed to be for Detroit. And then he has little Cobra cross marks where he's taking them out on the shield, which is kind of a cool touch.
Yeah, that is a cool touch. I like that.
So yeah, he just comes with like the two Uzis, knives, the Bowie knife. I like when they have the hats. That's something like I recently cracked open one of my Valaverse figures, and some people have mixed feelings about the whole Valaverse thing with him and how he relates to Hasbro and G.I. Joe, really. But they're kind of fun too, especially as army builders. And then they have the separate equipment kits. So like, this was just a plain black, like stealth kind of guy, and then I unloaded. I equipped him with this other kit and like just kind of set him up. And it's kind of cool when you get to combine all the different things and how well they actually work together. Because otherwise, he's just a plain guy dressed in all black.
Yeah. The only thing is, I noticed they don't include a lot of extra hands with these characters.
G.I. Joe or both?
G.I. Joe in general. They're accessory heavy, which is great. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, they typically just do this. They give you that. Yeah, you're not wrong. Because I'm looking at Snowjob right now, and he only has like the default trigger hands. I mean, they're versatile enough, I guess, because he comes with like a sniper rifle, a handgun, and then ski poles. So like he doesn't necessarily need anything else, but it is nice to have that option. I mean, Mezco. Oh, Mafex is good, but Mezco goes above and beyond with what they give us. Like looking at Void Cadet Gomez, what are there, like 10 extra hands with him?
Yeah.
I also like how detailed his hands are for wearing all white gloves. You can see individual finger segments, and they have like a real stylistic look. And I'm guessing they're trying to simulate specific space gloves because they kind of look boxy almost. I don't know, but yeah, that's a good point. It would be nice to see some more, just base.
Oh, let me see that. Oh, that was awesome. Look at that.
Yeah, this guy's cool. I have him. Never opened him because I don't open things. But yeah, this guy's awesome. They got him jacked up to $30. which is
Well,
insane.
the one thing I figured out about Big Bad is they charge you the shipping and the price, and then make it seem like the pile of loot is like the best option.
They do that sometimes. Like most of the GI Joes are like $1 more than you'd find them on Hasbro Pulse. But like when I got my Prime One Doom Eternal statue, which is huge, it's like 60 pounds and it's spread across 2 boxes. I got that all for flat rate shipping.
Okay.
So that statue itself was probably $100 more than it would normally cost because, like you said, they put that shipping into the cost. If you look up anything really big like that and compare the cost of it, like a Prime One statue, if you go to Big Bad Toy Store and look at that cost and then go to Prime One's website and you compare the price, there's a difference. But it's important to note that Prime One is shipping from Japan. I believe Japan. So your shipping is $300. So, yeah. I mean, sometimes it's worth. I mean, Big Bad Toy Store has generally been great to me. So even if it's $200 more on Big Bad Toy Store, you're paying for that shipping. I get it. It's not exactly a flat rate shipping deal if you want to break it down, but it's still cheaper than overseas shipping, and it's a lot quicker. A lot quicker. But yeah. And then Rumble. What?
Oh no, I was just gonna say like Ami does fantastic.
Ami's really good. Although, well, no. Even if you look at a domestic website, I don't want to throw anyone under the bus, but if you look at domestic websites and the cost of Mafex figures, for example, or even SHF, you're paying over $100 for them domestically. Ami, you're paying like 60, 70, and then you're paying like 15 to 20 in shipping. So you're still saving on that figure overall. I mean, I pre-ordered the Justice League Batman through Big Bad Toy Store because it wasn't on Ami, but my driver's done.
So usually you have to give that a couple days. Like I noticed that, which is cool because you can still cancel your Big Bad once it pops up on Ami, but you're insured that spot in line for the time being.
Yeah.
But I noticed that they don't. Their Mafexes usually go up right away. There's a couple of figures where you have to wait a day or two, and they'll pop up on Ami. And the same with Amazon. Amazon doesn't pop them up right away. You give them a day or two, and then you'll see them on Amazon.
What bums me out, though, is there are a lot of things that tend to go up days before on Ami, and I don't frequent that site. So, like, Godzilla stuff, I know you don't care about kaijus or anything like that, but, like, anything Godzilla-related that I might want, I see it on Big Bad Toy Store. I go to Ami, pre-order's closed already. I'm like, damn it! Like, I'm 3 days past. It's just, it's a bummer. But, it is what it is. So you want to keep going down into PulseCon, or do you want to go to RumbleCon?
Yeah, let's check out PulseCon. I saw some, like, 3 or 4 other figures I haven't seen yet?
Yeah, so I'm just going to go to Hasbro's website. We're just going to scroll through this. I didn't look through all the exclusives because some of them I'm not particularly concerned about, like Star Wars. I'm not huge into Star Wars. Transformers, I'm not huge into. This is an exclusive that was through PulseCon, is this Crimson Strike team. But it's also just kind of repaints of figures. The Baroness looks very unique from the original release. I will say that. But the other...
That Baroness is super hard to get, too.
Well, now you can get it.
Huh?
Now you can get it. It's not that hard.
Oh my. Well, yeah, I was going to say, like, this is the 3rd release, technically, because they did the one with the bike, and then they did the one without the bike, and now this one with the red.
These original come with that snake?
I don't remember.
I don't know. I don't open things.
I have to dig in the crates.
There you go. Okay, stop zooming in. I mean, even that $80, $90, I don't see it. They're just, these two guys are repaints. As far as I'm concerned, it's Zim and Zomax or whatever. That's community reference, but it's they're repaints. Even Baroness is repaint a lot, although the figure looks good in red. I will say that. But I don't really need characters that don't really stand out to me like these two guys, and I'm fine with just that default Baroness. What you laughing at?
No, I picked up the originals because the way I collect is usually I focus on the characters I remember a lot.
Okay, that's fair.
And Tiamat and was it Zomax?
I don't know. I remember the community names more.
Zomax and Zamet.
Yeah. I'm waiting for Ice Cream Soldier because that was my favorite as a kid, and he's gonna look so bizarre in the re-release at 6 inches, but it's gonna be awesome. Like, yeah, this stuff. I thought this was cool. I saw this. I thought that was a cool release that they're doing the Detroit Steel, Iron Man. What is?
I'm not too familiar with the Detroit Steel.
I'm not either. The reason I know about it is from a Lego set. They did I want to say it's an Iron Patriot armor, but I might be wrong. But I think it's Sam Rockwell's character that's inside of it.
Oh, okay.
Hammer. I thought it was a Hammer vehicle or a mech suit.
9 inches.
Yeah, he's a big boy. I don't know. I don't know. I don't really get into Legends that much. Does he have Simpson hands? He only has 3. He has 4 fingers.
Simpson hands. Is that a chainsaw on his left side?
Yes, it is. He looks cool. He looks like a lot. He looks like a lot of fun. I won't lie. He has a lot of flair. Like, that's a cool detail on the back, that piston. I like these crazy wing things he has sticking off his back and those shoulder rockets. That's a lot of fun.
You said a lot of flair, and I immediately thought of
Office Space.
Office Space.
Yeah, pieces of flair.
He is the Chili's equivalent of a great one.
He's wearing more than the minimum amount of flair.
There he is.
Power Rangers I don't care about. Although, honestly, that Green Ranger looks really cool, and the people putting the green Gomez head on it, it looks really cool. The Mezco one, sorry. I'm not getting this pack. Did you pre-order this?
I got it. It's in my hand. I haven't opened the box yet, so it is with me right now.
I feel like I should, but
I could see those extra head sculpts working with other characters.
Yeah, I like that they give you a variety of head sculpts.
They did that with the Shield agents. I don't know if you got that too.
Yeah, they're in storage. Yeah. I have like 2 Hydras, and then I had one of the AIM scientists, but it was delivered to an old address, so I never got it.
Ooh, look at that one.
What, this one? This one?
Yeah, look at that Bomb Squad guy. Who is he?
Oh, this guy? This is Tripwire.
Oh, that's the one they were showing online. It's great.
Yeah, that's the one you're talking about.
Wow, he comes with all that?
Yep, he's $35.
Oh, man, he's got to be on Amazon. Let me check.
I like how he's a little rat. Oh, he comes with EOD bot too? Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, he looks like a good figure.
Tunnel Rat, Desert Commando. Oh no. Tripwire is not showing up.
I don't know. Oh, if this is a Pulse exclusive.
No!
Yeah, that's what kills me! Ugh. Like Serpentor. I'm missing out on Serpentor. Serpentor? I don't care. I'm missing out on him because he's an exclusive. And I don't use a bot. Or really, it's because I don't pay for Hasbro Pulse Premium, which kind of seems worth it at this point. You doing some ASMR stuff?
I think I got him off of. I think I was able to get him, but Professor Mindbender.
Got him.
I got him. I missed it. Check this out. And I went on AliExpress, and I saw that somebody was selling it for cost and then plus shipping. So I bought it from there.
If it's a real thing, that's not bad.
it looked like the real thing. Came in the box. He was a proper height. Came with all the accessories. Nothing was funky about him. He didn't have like one of those crazy eyes or anything like that.
I saw a video where this woman who creates like custom jewelry, this is a slight deviation, she sells stuff on an Etsy account, and some overseas in China, there was an account, or there were people that were basically not making knockoff of her merchandise, and they opened their own AliExpress account for it using her pictures and her videos of her, like her actual making it, and with her hands, because she does like an overhead view, and her Etsy was getting challenged because they were saying that it was pre-made stuff because of the people making knockoff merchandise. Like, that's dirty. That's terrible. Scammers be scamming.
Oh, that's scary.
It is.
I don't know if a lot of you guys know this, but I am on Etsy. We are on Etsy. So if anybody ripped off our stuff, I mean, luckily this is 3D printed, and we have the source files for a lot of this stuff.
Yeah.
But I'll stop right there. I don't want to. I don't want to say too much. Forget it.
Stream just got pulled. I pulled a knife out. No, I'm kidding. I just got my telebubble last week. I think this is the end of the new stuff, except for maybe these guys. I don't know. They start to go back into like general. Even this isn't that new because I pre-ordered this a while ago. I'm gonna switch over to RumbleCon now if you're good.
Yeah, let's do it.
Oh, although there are, well, we could go back because there's some new Marvel stuff on Big Bad Toy Store. I think that came out from PulseCon, but their website's all
Yes,
weird.
the name on Etsy is the same. Yes, I don't suggest going on Etsy though. It's a markup because of the cost that Etsy applies to the accounts.
Yeah. So I'm on the wrong window. So RumbleCon, we got some. Honestly, I'm kind of excited about this. It's kind of dorky. Like I like Doc Nocturnal, and just how much stuff we have going on with this is kind of exciting to me. I want to see more of this when it actually comes out. I like his vehicle. I like these guys that look like they're out of District 9. They look like the prawns a little bit.
Or what was that old movie with Matt Damon? Was it the Census Bureau or something like that?
I don't know what that is.
No?
Where they had creatures?
No, they weren't creatures, but they were like the X-Men. Like, not the Wolverine X-Men, but like the men in suits. You know what I'm talking about?
No. A Matt Damon movie?
I want to say it was Matt Damon. Oh, see, now I gotta look it up.
Was it The Bourne Ultimatum? No, it wasn't.
No,
No. Synchronicity?
Hold on a second.
Look at this guy with his little weird chin thing going on.
The Adjustment Bureau. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
It
Okay.
was Matt Damon.
Yeah, and Emily Blunt.
Whoa. We don't talk about marijuana on that. Oh. Her name's Emily.
Yeah, no, like not sharp. Like, dude.
I like Emily Blunt. She's awesome.
Oh no, I know. Edge of Tomorrow, awesome movie.
Awesome movie.
And so
Live, Die, Repeat.
yeah, A Quiet Place was good. A Quiet Place 2 kind of pissed me off because I'm like, do we not know how to be quiet? Have you never played video games with stealth?
Didn't you learn your lesson from losing your son?
Yeah. But like, also, why are you making a baby when there's giant demon creatures around? Well, aliens, but anyway, moving on to aliens. We got Void Cadet Gomez, Red Eye Knight, and I've already seen people calling him Sith Lord Gomez, and I get it. This looks. I really love the Gomez variants. I think they're a lot of fun. So I'm definitely gonna be picking this guy up whenever he comes out.
Absolutely.
I'm not even that much of a Star Wars nerd, but like, it's cool. I also like having an opposing force with like the red Zip Saber and everything. It's gonna be a fun figure. This thing is nuts. Oh, I never realized that they had the Gold Squad. What is it? Hazard Squad? Hazard.
Yeah, it was like the special.
Yeah, this guy that I missed out on, and I'm really bummed about it. Even though I don't care for that gritting teeth face, but like this thing in itself is amazing. Like I really can't. I'm afraid of what it's going to cost. We were talking about it before, and I feel like this is a $350 price tag. But my other friend, was saying $500. I remember seeing Valaverse teases about their vehicle, but I can't remember anything about it. And I don't know. I'm just really excited for the potential on what this thing has. Like, I really wish that we got some more pictures of it. I don't know when the release plan is. I feel like this is a con release too. Like, this is a big.
I don't know what to say.
This is a big ticket item. I want to see all the different features that they have going on, and then I want to cry about the price tag. But
so the elephant in the room, everybody knows Engine of Vengeance. That was a $350 price tag. I know that the Valaverse truck is coming out soon, and he already announced that there would be like a tiered sales approach. I believe there's like a basic, and I assume he's doing more deluxe stuff with it, so you could jump in on those price points. I think they have to be competitive at this point, but maybe they're Mezco and they're just like, man, we'll charge whatever we feel like wanting to charge. I will say that the mech was $350. If I remember right, $350.
Mm-hmm.
They could probably stay around $350 if they throw the figure in there. If they don't,
no.
I still think $300 wouldn't be that much of a bad ask, or $299 at that point, depending on what the features are. But that looks like the headlights are lighting up right now, right?
Yeah, there's lights and sounds features on the strike suit. I don't utilize all that extra stuff, but that has light and sound features on it.
So I did see the lot of batteries in it. I haven't had a chance to sit down and actually mess with it yet.
I'm always wary about them getting corroded and just I don't know. I thought it was really cool that they included batteries in that. But yeah, I'm anxious to see what they really include with this thing, what it does by itself. How many features it really has. Like, do those back doors open? Or is it just like a two-seater really in the front and then kind of an empty back? Like, there's a lot of unseen stuff on this. So I'm curious about what other details we don't know about yet.
I really hope that there's a double door in the back with like a bench or two. Maybe like stick a prisoner and a guy holding a gun against his head, like back there, like that kind of vibes. I would love to see stuff like that.
That would be cool, but Mezco figures don't sit that well. In such a cramped space, because like when I'm working on designing utility vans and stuff like that, that's another thing. Like, and It's Always Sunny, if you've seen the episode where they're hauling gas around in the back of that van, they're all squatting in the back of that van. Like, you cannot create that with any figures that are out, really. None of them like conveniently squat, like, or even hunch very well. Like, there is a limit in general figure articulation so that they don't hunch in a way that makes it look natural.
Right.
So it's tricky. Like, there's a lot of design issues that could come into something like this. That's why I'm like, is it just a two-seater and then just kind of an empty back? It's hard to tell at this point.
Well, what are some of the design issues that you're coming across that you're comparing it to?
Well, there was not much audio on the first one, so I'll revisit the idea. But like transport vans, like I'm working on something kind of modeled after almost like a Mercedes transport van or the Ford transport. I forget what they're called, but they're slightly taller vans and they're intended for like utility purposes. And realistically, you can stand up and go in and walk in that little middle aisle and go from side to side to like get tools or whatever you have in there. There's also like famously in movies and TV shows using them for surveillance and stuff like that. So it's I want to kind of play around with what I can do in terms of getting space for them to be able to stand up as if they're accessing whatever in there. And then I would also like to see what kind of potential there is for repurposing that same vehicle chassis as like a surveillance thing. I'm designing it so that it has panels on the back that you could swap out. So if you want doors on the driver's side, you can put doors on the driver's side or on the passenger side. Or if you want no doors and just two back doors. I'm working with a lot of interchangeable parts so that there's more versatility, more opportunities for like photography and play if you mess around with your stuff. But also, I want it to be able to come apart so that you can get pictures of what's going on inside of it. Because if you have your setup, your camera has to be up close to your subject. And you can't do that through like a small opening in the side of a door or something. So like if you could just take that panel off entirely, you get to see more angle. So you get an inside shot looking at it, and then you could see out the back doors if they're talking to someone else or something. There's a lot of different perspective that comes into play, and I want to be able to give people the opportunity to mess around with different perspectives that they could have when they're maybe photographing or setting up a diode stage with the vehicle. And then there's the stupid fact that we have 7-inch figures out there ruining my life. So, I don't know. I have to make NECA figures look in there, fit in there without looking too big, and make SHF also stand in there without looking like they're children. So it's tricky.
Which makes me now wonder if like something like this would have removable parts, let's say opening the windows or popping off the grills, that will allow us to get some better photos out of this thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I know we talked about it last stream, but I'm not big on the feature-heavy vehicles for the most part. I did think Engine of Vengeance was way too much money. And people are going to hate me again for bringing this up, but I thought Mattel has really good offerings for like their Slambulance and their sports vehicle that they did. And of course, something like this, I expect it to be more money. But, you know, when you start getting into those crazy, like, does it make sounds? Does the seat slide back like the Engine of Vengeance did? I think you're pushing it, for me at least, in my opinion, at that point.
Yeah, the problem is, as awesome as that vehicle was, there's the whole cost-benefit analysis that Hasbro has to take when they're doing these. That's why they do the HasLabs, to kind of generate enough interest to justify creating them. I mean, people probably can figure that out, and I'm sorry to be stating the obvious, but that's the reality of what it is. I mean, Hot Toys, by contrast, is already an expensive market. Like, your base figure is now almost $300.
Right.
So when they make a DeLorean, it's not that insane that it's $800. But when you're looking at Hasbro and their $25 action figures, $25, and the vehicle is 12 times that much. No, yeah, like 16 times that cost. It's a huge contrast between something that's only like 3 times as much. So, like you were saying about Mattel vehicles, it's more in that general consideration of what people want to spend. Because the average consumer doesn't want to spend $350 on an awesome looking vehicle because they don't need it. The Engine of Vengeance was way too specialized of a product to push on a mass scale. And
you know, now that you bring that up, I'm surprised that there's not like maybe there's not a big market for it, but like more Fast and the Furious action figures, because I think some of their automobiles would sell really freaking well. I mean, they have since they started venturing more into like the spy genre with their most recent movies, they have your standard, you know. Spot moment. I was talking about more of the vehicles though. So of course we would get like an Engine of Vengeance type vehicle out of them. We could do the Toyota that they had from the first movie. Some of the vans or the stuff like this that Mezco's putting out that they've had in previous movies.
Or the one they launched to space.
Yeah, we won't talk about that. We'll just leave that alone. Where they put like a jet rocket on top and tried to shoot that. I think that'd be funny. That'd be a good Deadpool vehicle. I don't know.
I mean, so I will say Jada Toys does a lot of the. That's tricky because I used to work at Toys R Us and we had people who were collecting like the 132nd, 124th, those vehicles. They're hardcore about them. And it's difficult to tap into that market when it's already dominated by like Jada Toys. I can't even remember all of them. There are ones that are better than Jada, and they're. I don't get it. I'm not a huge car person. I say that as I'm looking at 6 Jada vehicles on a shelf, but like, oh 7. There's 2 DeLoreans, but yeah, it's already a market that's kind of saturated by people who do it so well, and they're doing it in diecast. None of them are at the 1/12th scale, but it's weird because you have to figure out if you're trying to appeal to toy collectors or people who are car collectors. And I feel like blurring those markets gets a little tricky when you're trying to figure out a price point and the level of detail and capability that you want out of it. I don't know.
Well, now that you're bringing that up, I'm thinking about it. Jada Toys has recently started getting into the 1/12th market with the Street Fighter line, the Mega Man line, the Cheetos guy, and the cereal guy that they recently
Oh, I forgot that they did the Cheetos. Yeah, I forgot that they did start releasing. Well, I don't know if they've always done that, but yeah, they did start making figurines.
So now I'm thinking that if they already have the license to Fast and Furious, how hard would the jump be, considering that they already have the model files to scale up either way, which I'm sure they start off large. That's how you're supposed to approach the projects, larger than what they are, and then you scale them down to fit. And of course, think about your tolerances along the way. But how hard, since they already have the license, just to make a 1/12 vehicle out of those Fast and Furious titles? I probably wouldn't mind a 1/12 Dominic Toretto or a Paul Walker figure.
I mean, I have Dom's Charger or something on my shelf just because I was looking at that vehicle. Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question. And what's it made of if they did it?
All right, we're getting way off topic.
I know. I'm scrolling.
Sorry about that.
No, it's partially my fault. I'm excited about this villain too because I like villains. I thought. Did you look through the comic that came with the Gomez?
I did look through it.
There were some cool things. I don't know. Well, can we spoil things?
Do you feel like everybody who ordered this has their figure in hand now? Like their
Do we feel they care about the comic?
You know what? Just do it. Spoilers ahead.
Spoilers. I like to see Baron Benz in it. That was the last thing I expected to see in the comic was Baron Benz and the Aquaticons.
In space.
Yeah, and then this is kind of like an origin of Gomez. It looked like because he pulls Grub, like Grub's a clone or something like that. He pulls Grub out of a test tube. They're transported back to ancient Japan or China. I was like, what is going on? I didn't read it, but I flipped through it, and I was like, this is so crazy. I'm excited for this villain. I was kind of back and forth on which guy was actually in charge, but I'm guessing this is the Darth Vader. The other guy is the Sith Lord. I'm excited. I want to see some Black Skull Space Cadet enemy things. I think that's a cool idea. But yeah, this guy looks really cool. I want to see more of his details and accessories and stuff.
Is he technically a Krieg? Or a Krieg?
I don't know. I was kind of confused about the beginning of the comic because I don't know who was formed from Krieg being sucked into the evil creature's maw.
The only reason I'm asking is because they have like the similar eye set, but I don't know how.
It would make sense if he was but the Krieg that gets sucked into it is stripped down to like his mortal form.
Right.
Which, I mean, if he's stripped down to like their most basic physical being, then he could have been reconstructed in a Darth Vader type way. Like this could be a huge nod to Darth Vader by someone who's recreated in that entity's image or whatever it was. I forget exactly what the wording was, but I don't know. There's some weird lore going on with the whole Mezco original characters, and some of it is finally starting to come around and make a little more sense, but some of it is still just really weird. I'm gonna scroll down. I don't know who Crab Louie is. Someone was saying that he might be a Captain Nemo enemy. I was hoping for some. I hope that when we do see more of him, that he's more of a weird-looking character. Any thoughts on this guy?
So I didn't collect the Captain Nemo stuff.
Okay, I have them. I never checked them out, but I kind of like the idea of something that's really different. So.
Which is why I liked Atticus Doom. Atticus Doom came with like.
Yeah, I have both of them. I'm excited. Atticus Doom is a cool figure. I like him.
Yeah. I like that he's short too. Like they're trying to change the scale up between the characters.
Yeah. So it looks like we have another guy from Green Estates. I sold my sod cutter. I don't know. I'm not huge into the horror thing, but you look excited.
I was just about to say, like, I missed out on Sod Cutter, and I wish I would have grabbed him. And now I figured that you just sold him. Of course you did.
Yeah, of course I did. Kind of gnarly looking baton or mace type of thing over there. And then this guy, I love it. It's such a weird offering from them, but it's also a lot of fun. Like,
yeah.
I get real. What's his name? Like Cool Hand Luke almost. That guy. I don't know. I think it's cool. I'm interested in seeing the level of detail on the bike. I wish their Batman would come with a bat cycle because that'd be cool. But
so I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think I've missed a Gomez release, and I got into Gomez late. I think I got Street Gomez.
You did get.
I went back and got Special Agent and
Lone Roach.
Probably paid more money than I should have for
Toxic Aftermarket. Whew,
the samurai
excuse
version
me.
of Gomez.
Yeah. Really cool.
Really cool. Now. A lot of people probably don't care for Gomez. I really like the figures because of not only their posability, but the clothes they come with, the accessories, heavy stuff. But we were talking about this last stream too. A lot of the figures, you could pop off the head and put on your own character. So you could probably put a Ghost Rider head on here or powered down Johnny Blaze or something of that sort. Up to you. You have to hide the neck a little bit if you don't want to get into that.
Or a Wolverine head on there.
Oh, Wolverine head would be awesome.
Yeah, like you could put Wolverine head and hands on this guy. It's cool. I think that there are some figures that have different wrist pegs. I'm not sure, but I think, and it might have been earlier on, but I think there were some figures that had different wrist pegs. But yeah, that's another thing. Like going back to the Green Ranger that Mezco put out. People are putting that green Gomez hat on it, and it looks so good, especially with your Void Cadet Gomez. Anything else on RumbleCon? Congrats to any of the winners out there. Hope that you enjoy your stuff. Neither Pete nor I pre-ordered or ordered Slugfest. Not particularly huge on the scale. I don't like.
Did you want to talk about why you passed on Slugfest?
Yeah, let me get to. There's cool potential with the figure, but just from different things, promotional materials and pictures that we've kind of that they've teased of Slugfest, I pictured a very different physique. I thought he'd be more of a powerhouse figure like this. But I thought he'd be a lot leaner, not a reissue of the Bluto body that a lot of people are saying it is, and I can see that 100%. I'm just.
I'm looking it up while you talk. I apologize. So yeah, I see it. I see.
Yeah, and they're spot on. They might even be the same shoes. But I also yeah, I might eventually succumb to him on the this aftermarket if I see him at a price that I think is fair, or if I just get FOMO. But if I ever do, get him, I feel like I'm gonna want to try and do a kit bash of what I actually pictured in my head when I thought of Slugfest. It's kind of a weird picture. Like I pictured someone almost in like a sports coat kind of thing, or like someone who would be in like a lounge with a cigar or something. I don't know. I pictured him more oldie timey, almost like Daniel Day-Lewis's character on Gangs of New York. I pictured him a little bit more like that than this guy. So I don't know. That's just me with my weird perception of what I thought he would be. But
is it because the logo that they used on the Slugfest Emporium?
There were different promotional materials that gave me a different perception of what he would look like. So, yeah.
I can see that.
I don't know. I mean, hopefully, I do kind of wish that I was getting his dog, because his dog looks like a fun little character. But, like, even these accessories, I'm like, I'm not thrilled about them. People probably want this more for Popeye. I don't know if you can see my mouse.
The anvil would be cool for like an Iron Man thing, like stuck in the cave.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely repurposing that you could do with the anvil. I don't know, just...
I'm thinking maybe we should design an anvil.
I mean, if you want to design an anvil, that's not super hard.
Right. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's just, it wasn't for me.
So it's funny because like I hate looking at things and like I start getting these ideas in my head.
Yeah, and, I know what you mean.
I picked up the Devil Toys, the deluxe figure, the two guys with the motorcycle.
Oh, okay. The kind of cyberpunk looking guys?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And now I'm looking at Slugfest as if he could be the mechanic for the motorcycle.
It doesn't fit.
I mean...
I don't see it. It's way too futuristic versus way too...
You're on Big Bad right now, right?
Yeah.
Check it out. I think there's a space Devil Toys.
See that? Look at that cost difference. Are they scale? Oh, here we go.
Oh,
hey.
There they are.
What's up, ho? You want some samurais?
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. Like that dude in black.
Yeah, like they look cool, but it's dangerous for me. And I feel like it's too inconsistent with what I normally go for. They look really cool. This definitely, I think you said it, this definitely feels influenced by Akira.
Yeah,
the way that everything is so at such an exaggerated angle. It looks almost like we have Akira with a bit of Judge Dredd. Which the Carl Urban movie should have a sequel, by the way.
Justice for Urban.
But I'm kind of surprised they're doing another Ulick figure. I don't even know anything about this character, but I know that when they had the really big one, I picked it up for my friend for like his birthday or something like that. So I'm curious. Yeah, it's another one. It's okay. It's the same thing. It's just a re-release. Okay.
Okay.
That's not a bad price point for that. He's big.
No, not at all.
As much as I love Daredevil, I don't care for this Matt Murdock figure. He looks weird. He looks like the guy from Schitt's Creek.
What about reusing the body for the Marvel Legends?
That's actually why I visited this guy, because everybody was going nuts looking for the chameleon head before. Right. The chameleon body. because it was one of the rare figures that Legends had in a suit, and now we are seeing more of them. Like, so it's kind of interesting. But yeah, I don't think the head sculpt looks like there. It kind of looks like him, but I don't think the head sculpt looks like Charlie Cox that much. So that's a pass for me. I really hope that the what?
Looks like they got a Bruce Banner figure too.
Did they?
I might just leave to the party.
And then I see they're doing the Spider-Man 3-pack that everyone's capitalizing on. SHF did their 3-release. Well, I guess, I mean, it's a whole No Way Home thing. And then we get down into more of your normal stuff. I know that, yeah, Kingpin is here. And there's your Legends that we were talking about, the 97. The Wolverines sold out really fast.
I actually passed on that entire wave except for Bishop.
I thought you were getting Rogue. Oh no, you said you passed on Rogue because you liked the Deadpool one.
No, I passed on Rogue because I'm holding out for a Mafex Rogue.
Okay, gotcha.
They gave us Storm, they gave us Jean Grey. Hopefully Rogue's next.
I would like to see Mezco do a Luke Cage. We have Iron Fist. I want to see him do a Luke Cage.
Modern or classic?
They would probably do classic.
See, I'd hope for a modern. I want that big burly, top heavy, not like Slugfest.
Well, this is the classic style.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want that modern look. I want the T-shirt.
Okay, so you want the Mike Coulter look.
Nah, not necessarily. Mike Coulter's a little too thin when I think of Power Man.
Okay.
Yeah. I think Heroes for Hire, like that era of Luke Cage.
Okay. Anything else?
I guess I can't say Heroes for Hire because it went all the way back. I was talking about more of their modern stuff. I'm trying to see. But yeah, essentially like the Mike Coulter look.
Okay, yeah, I get it. It's more contemporary. I mean, the unbuttoned shirt down to the pants isn't a real thing that people do anymore.
Yeah.
So yeah, I get that. Any closing thoughts?
Closing thoughts.
Or any other things you want to go over before we terminate?
No. I'm just thinking about how I'm still waiting on my Godfather release. I think it's been about 2 years since I put in a pre-order for.
Who's doing it?
Man, I can't remember what third party code. It's been so long.
Oh.
But I know I ordered it through VC Toys box, and it's a 1/12 Godfather figure from a third party company. I believe it comes with like the desk, the cat, the drinks, the whole 9 yards.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, but it's been several years.
I'll make you a figure you can't refuse.
Did you pre-order Mezco Robin?
Yes.
Did you get the notification that they're charging soon?
Yes.
Yes.
Did I get the notification that it's probably going to get canceled because I'm broke?
You got kidneys, man. Get rid of them, bro. Who needs them?
It's true.
You could go on life support and then just have the figures come in, you know?
Could.
And when people ask, like, why'd you do it? Be like, hey, happiness comes first.
True.
These toys fulfill me as a person. The Guardian figure, Pedro Pascal, Zaddy. Waiting on that. I think that's coming soon too. Well, you know, we saw the Limb Toys, the Rest of Us figures.
Yeah, I'm excited. I got my notice about them coming in, so I'm excited about that. realistically, I'd get Robin, but it's most likely going to be a problem with Mezco's website crashing on me, saying, "Oh, that wasn't recognized." So, I mean, I'll besmirch them. I don't care. It's always an issue with their website. I, I, Mezco has been really great in support for figures that didn't ship or were not shipped and stuff like that. There were issues that I've had with products I've received directly from them, and they were really great and supportive on those things. But just the general website malfunctioning the way it does just is a bummer. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. I should have used PayPal with Robin, but it'll be all right. But yeah, I'm excited for the Last of Us figures to finally. Man, that's so long ago. I thought it was, and it's funny actually because I saw people commenting on the Ellie head sculpt in particular because they didn't like it because they felt it wasn't detailed enough. I'm like thinking like, well, it's based off the original game from PS3. So like, it's not like they did all this work and then they updated it because they decided to make the PS5 version, which is worth playing. So I don't know. I think it looks good. I'm really excited to get that. It's gonna be a lot of fun, that set. And Lim Toys crushed it with their Resident Evil Leon. So yeah.
Well, before we close out, let's say one item that you could wish list, figure that nobody's done yet, or hasn't done great yet, that you would like to see done.
It's hard. You have something in mind?
Do I have something in mind?
Yeah.
Absolutely. I wanted to see like I said, I think I said this last chat. I would love to see an Akira figure.
Oh.
Some of those, yeah. Done like in a Mezco style with their clothes. You could get the option with or without the motorcycle. That way you could sell the figure or maybe sell the two separately. So that way you don't feel forced into spending possibly $200, $250 for a figure and a bike. But given the track record that Mezco has, or that any third party has done with clothing in general recently, I think they would knock it out of the park.
I think I'm gonna go with Titanfall 2 Titans because I have. Oh damn! Learning a little bit about how this OBS thing works. Shoot. Yeah, I just got your message, bud. I remember the first time I streamed anything. Yeah, my bad. Sorry. I really enjoyed what 3-0 did with the original Titans, the Atlas, the Ogre, and the I can't think of the third one. But they were a lot of fun, and I would really. It's tricky with Titanfall 2 because there's so much more customization that eventually came into play. But like, even if we're just getting a BT figure, it would be cool. Yeah.
That game was so underappreciated.
It really was.
Don't want to go into a rant about Titanfall, but Titanfall was fantastic. I don't think it got the love it deserved.
It was tricky because it was online only, and then the second one was people weren't super interested because the first one was online only. It should have been a AAA title, but it just didn't get that acknowledgement, and it really should have.
Even the second game, the first there was a level that was completely vertical, if I remember right. You had to climb up this.
I haven't played it in years. There were so many cool. One of the things that was really cool about Titanfall 2 was how every level was different. Like it was a pretty linear campaign, but they made every level different. You had the one where you're jumping back and forth in time. You had the one where you're in the conveyor belt where they're building, training. The training that level will always stay in my mind because it was so unique to be on this giant thing where they're assembling these houses that you're in and they're rotating, and it was that game had so many funky little gimmicks that just really made it stand out.
That was the level with the vertical at the very end before you fought the boss.
Okay, where you get launched to those three different.
It's like a housing complex or something, like a mock housing.
I think I know what you're talking about. Okay, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
You know, one thing I think it would have Titanfall would have benefited for is if they took a Mega Man approach to the situation, and you could select the level, and then when you beat the bot with the flamethrower, or because each boss had a different power. If I remember right in that game.
Yeah.
That you would inherit the power and then use that moving forward as an option.
They kind of did something like that, not as much as what you wanted to see. I think is weird. Because like after you beat one of the early bosses, you got the loadout for Tone, so you did get modification in what BT had, but like it wasn't like you don't get like an ice crystal thing, or it wasn't any, or like even if it's just trapper mines, you don't get anything that's specifically dedicated to a specific boss. You do just kind of get its own loadout. So.
Well, since we're talking about video games, before we keep on pushing this wrap up a little further, you've been playing Spider-Man 2 again, or I'm sorry, Miles Morales again?
I finished, so I replayed the main game, then I did, well, no. I played Miles Morales because I never played it. It was good. The enemies were kind of annoying, and the last boss was like just so over the top. Then I replayed the whole game, and then I did the DLC. And the DLC, like both, I mean, the Miles Morales DLC was good. There's a lot of growth for Miles as a character, and then the Spider-Man DLC set up some pretty cool things. I don't know if you played them at all, but it set up things that definitely will come back in Spider-Man 2. And I'm really excited to see how those go. Like, it's kind of surprising that it was in the DLC because it's kind of a big deal. And they need to figure out how to recap that going into Spider-Man 2 without people just saying, what the fuck? So, did you play the DLC or no?
I remember playing some of the DLC. I can't remember which one I did, but they were like, because I was playing it when it came out.
Okay.
And all the DLC wasn't out yet. And then we started having kids. And then I started getting pushed to the side. And all that stuff.
Yeah. It's in the third DLC. There's this thing where you have to catch all... What? What?
That's the one I didn't play. I think I played the first two, and then I stopped at the third one.
Third DLC, there's this collectible thing. There are these audio files you have to collect. And then once you do that, a side mission opens up. That side mission is kind of a big deal, I feel. It's for a secondary type of story, but it's worth looking into at least, I would say. Yeah.
So I've been playing Hogwarts Legacy when I have the time.
Turf, no.
Yeah, I know. But it's kind of a slog, I'm not going to lie. And maybe it's because I put so much time into it initially that going back to it kind of feels like a chore. Because it just feels like a series of the same thing over and over again.
Yeah.
The variety isn't there for me. And I really want to beat the game so I could jump into the, 3 or 4 other titles I told you that I haven't played yet? Which is the Last of Us 1, Part 1 remake. The God of War Ragnarok, which you said that I might not like too much. We'll see.
I feel like you and I will have similar criticisms.
Star Wars Jedi Survivor.
I never played either of them.
Well, I played the first one. So
yeah, I never played it.
And then, of course, I got Legend of Zelda.
That one's
Link.
That one's a. I never finished. I'm really weird with the Zelda games. I'll pick them up, play them for like I'll play it. It'll be the game I focus on for like a good while, and then I'm like, I'll put it down. I haven't touched it since I moved 3 months ago. it's great. Like it's so much fun, and there's so much cool stuff, for the lack of any other adjective or noun, really. But no, there are a lot of cool things that you could do in the game. There's so much potential in the way you play it that like I haven't even tapped, and yeah, I just haven't touched it.
All right.
Well,
I think we're wrapping it up here, guys. Again, I'm Pete from Shadow Moses, and you are.
they're the viewer.
No, I'm talking about you.
I'm Matt from Shadow Moses, and this has been episode 2.
Thank you guys for bearing with us through all those technical difficulties from the first episode. We'll catch you next
Yeah.
Sunday, 8 o'clock.
They probably liked that one more because they saw more and heard more of me. But
we'll try to do better about pre-posting these links in advance, so that way,
yeah, that was stupid
We're still learning.
conflict.
We're definitely still learning.
Yeah, that was an OBS YouTube headbutting thing. So I'll sort that out. All right, take care, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Adios.